alang yan awul south the then kalau dia supporter kan awul east wala supporter kan awul north that is a pura kan actually kalau dia yin ki pandunda ai way because this sport cái yin kala và pura tu kita bắt đầu mình coi just là dom là cả fan kangas na là fan kang Manchester United when you see them arguing o coi ora UK o Abu Dhabi rồi rất rồi because some of us are trained to UK they are picking a football leo bin ben authority in Juba lakini South Sudanese are part, and by the way there is a knowledge attached to this ayuku ke jam elai bano ki ban o Real Madrid ku ngache ban o Juventus ke o wala ngache I information you don't even need to have them whatever again jadi yo we kada be kira ro era nyai o loan Angin okay. So football support. Alang alaga can knowledge. The interest the sportman or a woman, you must also have knowledge of what you are doing. Because what can you even if you have less knowledge on it, you still never know it. Because human funds, they understand responsibility attached to being fun because pura kana galo mo group you want gel Mariano gel dio la we galo mo group ko ka yaro ke natija ya to the result must be favoring one person at one time. There's no way if you can we can refuse ka aliu so in that spirit in papia la medali kagin. Okay, hindi la kapil which way are winning. Lakin the they're winning you don't turn to absolute loser. But kadira no miala rada kene pura pakai pandune ya win. Alam kan Rodman Loy and I wanted to say we have been condemned. Kaya pag thought basis on in maslan awul sao thì mai awul gì mai and therefore cái fan Latin dia trong này liệt lôi bị coi thor coi thì mình sẽ karasi ấy nó coi pandai vậy là Latin coi awul kỳ trâu karasi cả có ok we took away cái đà tu bên nhà cái qua chỉ coi rồi coi đi cái bên đó không ao obiu wa ora tu cái đà yo mà đến thar coi vì bukan rubiok kan morley au kia cho nó ba và bên này chal da morley je jan bia la communicating ke ko people and set area akila bi ko bi da wul aku ko cho ko le ko lan kas kan heroes wala kan odion matais der ba ko ban tuwe ko ba ko kai mai te kula ba ko kai kong mai nào vẫn lên cái chỉ cho nó mua một con cú đầu vẫn có biết cái bị quay mày tôi am mò nhìn về lên cái lôi thì lên cái điếu cái trao ý bằng lôi vâng đi đâu là leo em nhá của lắp tuổi either way is within a week chính anh đến là gần nhau vẫn phải chú em đã coi ảo nó có tuổi that is why cho Aul counties tournament Aul counties tournament All star that Aul star can be Aul actually that's in our life so whoever win is the same we need to embrace this Rinran by the way peace of Kacham we are peaceful peace is a very But you'll extend it to somebody else. How can an angry man be peaceful, not angry? Our auntie are good. They will be peaceful how? Peace determined within yourself. You accept anything that happens, which has not come your way. And you allow it. And you know, actually, they are going to be open. But you can tell women are mice. Because the calling tell that you actually be pulled by them peace. When I get here, you pull by them peace, the killer will extend it around that. It will be unfortunate. Angry men, anger. Because one time, Nelson Mandela, a chief Kawaii Daniel George, who started the University, Mandela. If I were you, well, get populating, there is $1 million. There are wisdom, you can go by eye. But Mandela look at you. Golden Iron, look at wisdom in Yai, go to the UB. Rana Kaluka in Yai. Kaluka in Yai. Like in wisdom, Mandela. Kawaja, even are feeling very offensive. Don't do offended a bag. But the way that even in life, normal life, you live depending on what is available on you to you. The real peace pandu, kampu kamiatku, kampu kacangdu, kampu kamiatakun. Well, I jump to tin jump to the chin idan, the thorn ngak. In a care, I have kind of eight, and some you will look at my jacket again, and done the crack edward. Picking some of them and Jagan. She's some of my mothering. Because I put that up wearing long when you put that up Kapalka. Ranker no problem the answer by Papa and you kill you. Where problem then? In then we ran about it and here we problem. But we do our problem to ourselves. Like you Lunaja, we don't attribute to that church or Lunaja. While I Lunaja, look at Kaipin and Yal. Imminent for you and when Joko would have pay one, they call Taco. Whether I call a woman. No. Why are you like in a nation, can human being a failure in the Bajarama blame the land that you because you never work in an angel and a lunatic. So we put Shabbat. We believe Lonada Pura. A child Pura. Có biết bác là từng câu lâm một sắc balea cả chính quyền nhạc cái leo hết nhạc và chuyện nhạc as opposed to tomorrow em nhạc in future nên cái lấy chính như chui thì mình muốn tin chúng ta con một đến leo một cái cái anh dũng Maharaj Punike they must be attached to akhlaqiyat kita dari keyokin bas bài bas kamor ko Hello, going I go around and do a kind of game that he that because the chief movement by Sunday and take on them by life. The you can underlet pay the day didn't go with the income on Saturday. The week and did it, the movie, pay environment day moving. Kakaman they connect with the human life. I can start separately. Came. We did came Kadufi. The situation, because you and Louis you not affected as you grow. Now, if the ID fees come, for Sudan, when it will also affect you. Now, it will also affect you. They make you to be what you are. So, problem, boy, go tell her, I can problem, tell the core. I can get back to women where they came from. What happened? So, I advise them to angry players with Shabbat. To anchor with respect, kill the twin, the Chalkala, and Bilamia, one Kanglawa. Now, Joko Road, I have a making and taking a back. The reason is, I'm too big for football, by the way. I cannot be I cannot even be coached into this is small little I will sound that way, and therefore I will, hey, I will sound. I cannot do that. But khi I celebrate the Maharaj, cái chị đang gồn đây, coi có các gồn đây cái chỗ cái chiếc lô cái đó vì cái dương đâu là gồn. And khi I celebrate individual. Individual talent in I celebrated while I look at this, because cái problem cái new year I will sound and do support. Kalaya into one side. One in Amsal Faga, I think when they catch it. Can you? It's way from a level, go away with you. Because we're there, we're there, what then? We're there, what then, government. Okay? I put my phone. Victor, Lord of Balwara. Okay? Ran. Chỉ lâu bị ăn đi, cái đi, cái làm gì đó bài secondary school bài quét what you can yell at the end of my secondary school and get here by the time the kid at the end of đồng tổ quét lên là một căn tổng cái tiền cho quẹt cũng lúc mà ra bài ra cái I know all of them so we cái đó mình là nếu bị chỉ lùi qualified để ăn đi tin chắn liu Mark can. He is the only person. Mark is the only person. Yakin Keka Kaman, Akoropai. They cannot even qualify because last born to my mother. Because my mother Amal did 1968. So I think if you did 1968, then you buy a okay? Man Yantini, New Zealand, yeah, legal. A legal quite Madrid. When Madrid, the man when you were young, when I done that, I was man, be careful. When a couple of Bunmalangal and a Hamsa, only in after government buy in. So we are quite good. When I want a fool, I didn't come in yet. And he jumped alone, I jumped, but couldn't look at Monday, he don't want to for him. I'm going to allow me to, by the time, allow me to punch on walk, when Len. I jumped and do the joke because I call what I think. Now, if I don't tell you why a weak contribution, could walk. Well, don't you allow me to the go to allow to the Gala, one kitty and a hog by a kitty, I jumped and out of the cock. Hey, what you're going to call them? And I'm not paying any even walk up with a lie because I'm for it. Doctor, Nai Manyan kan akut bola akutคนที่ย่ำฉันone thing dia jalan pun tahu Facebook ke dia presiden lalu ke dia lalu ke presiden sama Afrika awak ni nyanyian malam mandi akut nhân adu đàn đọc, quả adu đàn đọc, nhân mà là nhân cái mà mai là đọc được đâu được. When I give you the history, just listen correctly, because cái bài lẽ gì thì nhân bài lẽ gì. Ở đây là cổ đeo bằng cổ. Và tiếp tục là buông well đi. So when I look at you, when I walk and take ball yan job. I did get the same time, in the same year. Okay, getting 1 year. I did getting 1 year. Then I did get 3 months. So when I'm talking to you as an elder. When I jam as an elder, there is only thing you cannot buy, and there is one thing you cannot also go to school to learn. You cannot learn about the experience of how many years you spend in life. You can only learn. You can be a PhD holder, but you could still rely on experience. Can run that to come Berlin of 20. Are we back demonstrating the Paliad I know? The word Paliad. The Paliad I know because I have done there. No, I think I will Fatur to Ramadan. Fatur to Ramadan. The Bira is Muslim. Bar me nan ko. But me dio kai jal jal kira korang pi. Kalau kami dulu yang, tapi akan ben baik kalau you letting the mutant ka. Sini orang ben bapa le. Punya ke jod antok ande le baik ke sini karo. Asyang ni jalan jod jalan bertem. Kalau kau mis, bumi dong pun kalau orang kan kalau nyar. Dan awal Fatur Ramadan, naik Fatur Ramadan. Kepala dia kan ben ke contribute into awal in order awal jalan awal. Awal is will have to contribute something. Awal guys have to contribute something. Awal North, Awal Center have to contribute something into this. Asyang kuba, Awal, bijala Awal ke kamu. So the Palid I know, Palid one I call the Palid not one. Anyway, kumala we can look at it. First, you need to unite in purpose. Naturally united. The unity dun kan jal kan stand behind la ngai we. Then go. Can you patrol ke Palina dong to? Adung tung panran chon melin jan melin. Un jan di jan rol jan. Un di jan. I know you do the setting in there. Malinjan, Alapana Bunkerani, almost Perani, Nenaira, Lebu Gordon, Calapana, get to Gordon. In a big Gordon, the Kinicilapana Bunkerani. Nala Panabunkerani, the Lakailo Alora Peru, Yafar Pier, Jol, I Celestino Moonwood. Okay, these are the first graduate Kalawul, Yakwanwe. The first graduate Kalawul, Yukto University. Nalamali Jaladun Doro. Bola, what kind of Jara, the Jaratin Jalkaratia, Babana, and Party. Lekotia Manjali Yarojat. Then they were yang kini luar abun kerja. Bi punyui, bumi tabun, ilu alwala kue Celestina mohon kuj, I Joseph ajo mayo lukuel, I damas deng dura perwai, bi banjalan nyui bai, be pandai ni banjal jampu. Na join juga dia buk peneliti jalan jalan, ini join ke Palina dong. Because there's no way banjal jalan Palada. Loi kiên thu no. So you go by you do So unity kana, if you don't know the history. Kaya ban tahu pada kali kita lunyal gas pada batong lunyal kita dulu je. Lalu dia yuk. So kana kami balik awak ini we, nyai ke spirit kan balik. Bahagia kurai. Spirit can unity of purpose, spirit can forgiveness. Now, can I correct? Can we forgive? Can we a wider forum? Can I would have said it, the kid of Biban, other counties can be back your bigger. I can run, we can run 100% of you. So enough to near or so what do we do in order to live as human? Is Bukoga forgiven us. then you forgive them. Then, for your news agency, today you will be acting coordinator. Bây giờ cái Malwan the news, how we look at white license, they are operating.
Source Press.
Huh?
Source Press Media.
Yes, I have taken this. Back for Godi, blue address to the Minister of ICT. Probably, Paston Media Authority. I shall be given a low license, you will get accreditation. Now, in the press conference law in the ministry. The Olubu allowed government to move back to accreditation. He allowed to have press conference. Because in license, I think video de law, which allows you to amateur. Now amateur, it cannot be allowed to carry news when called public or public nation. But I will do that. I will news agency because I follow their writing. And I think I'm very excellent editors. Editors that write exactly what you said. When I love John Bagyap into national press conferences, however, we are not allowed. Any government official jam, we are allowed. But news because they follow these news agencies. The news, the Minister of Information to make sure that the information goes to the lowest level in the country. That is why we have a program called Universal Service and Access Fund. Because it's engaging in rural connectivity. That each rural area must be connected to the internet, to the telephone calls. And what do you in the ministry to do this? We have a news agency, we have the news, we have a vision ministry, but we extended to Koya. Because news, I am interested, by the way. You look at the news you want, by the way, Kawaja, I look at CNN. CNN, for the living interest to watch it. Well, Kawaja, they die BBC. Well, they die Yazida English. Well, they die TRT. So, as we don't eat anything, you can go meet Kwai, you can go a human, or also a bar, I will find it in Abu. So, if Koya will have chosen, Baul News Agency, Jalada agencies, will not connection to Gawul, then come what you pay, they will live and serve the purpose of ministry. I like that. Continue on the real but you're a put you're a squat. That's why I will news agency. And Camilla, come out, I can talk. And bent a name on our south. Now I bent a name on our south. That is my right by default. Because I did not choose where I am myself. And I'm sure what I tell you, I'm getting John, you know, we don't know who is. Okay? Well, I think you know, in my consent. Yellow will south, well, a yellow will north, well, a yellow go, well, a yellow look, well, I think you meant young around. Okay, you know, yellow. So, am I right by default? The will south. No. Lucky, a little bit my right by choice. By choosing, by I will love. Whenever we choose and bear and I will east, whenever we choose and bear and I will west, whenever we choose and bear and I will center. If I relocate Papa, you call what can take a laser, and like you are for services. And I will not say, tell you why. The Kera, I will sound the virtue, can you and on what I think. When I went back to Maul, without when I take the don't throw us. Hello, I got a Rujala Buraha. Like I got a quick room of chicken, bigger man. And Buraha, Quran Ablaha, Tonga a fool. So the 9 fools or 10 fools can be yellow and a may mako. Now let Ben to pay through a pay. Có lời quyền của đội mình nói chốt bên bên, cô đã làm cho quên phải quên nhiều rồi thì tổng anh kiểu kiểu và giá rồi, của bên nghe quên đã lên trong làm chụp, cái làm chụp giờ lúc nào cũng rất là nhiều điều quan, giờ nghe quen dùng 2, 3, nào cũng có quyền giá, cô giáo lúc celebrate để làm luôn, so there was only person who was only one wife in among the 9 fools. So the little go fool with Bukun. When you have a way, then it is up to you. Lakin I see a fool. The one I tell you is one of the 22, 21 chiefs, paramount chief, Kalawun. Where will I tell you what? So it there should be a 10K Malawulsa. And then I won't be I know the Wilsa or the Pandaki, so I kill out your thinking. As a minister, I tell you whether I can officiate this. And we tell you. Lakini kibandi the well, Donada, I am coming here to talk as a minister. When I become all political issues, I will address here. Now, I don't think the chief common voice because then I actually listen to all comments. Common I have a team with I have appointment. I don't respond to it, I have appointment. Cook. No. That's what we teach you. Now who invited him in the first place? Who invited in the first place? And we get out. I can't job of a answer. I can answer. Rantonga. I can tell you who hit a web more than me. We are my name more than him. Looking at this comment, I feel shy on their behalf. They didn't know when something like he, I can't politics anymore. I said this several times. The way you looked, you want to we have sex here, and we need a look at it. There's no any other way. I can compromise over how you looked like. And then I will go compromise on how you look like, because you don't know you're even well the day time. So, can I hear? Can I genuine? I'm going to agree politically, agree, and can't agree. Ranjit can make space in them. Somebody who doesn't agree on how you are actually created. What is the commonality here? That then which could go to look like a ten web and rip kid and deal. Ram the other, a lot of things you didn't look at the chair. She could do to them car with it, but yeah, quite right. But I am just going to go right. After the Alcala, look on. The moment I got in when I go marking you tend to told the man in the bear. Okay? I love the example of that in the I car a couple teach and then I tell you what to do. The kid is a chair, no man did it, but the young guy can put there. You're holding, you're then putting them phone, here are Paki, Yanka and Paki. They produce the John Boy. So how come Buddha for politics into hit? Can you hit Palmelon? A Chalvella, Kai Ramdun and Mandun by default. When Mandun did Papadun, Mugan by the way, I did it. That is why what I have really been after the get by Malay, but Malay. Majority of hair little more young. Of course, the Jolly Kajiban you are exposure, so I think differently. As even what I want my leg now. Can it be another way, but that way? Nowadays, social media decides on who is who. Social media decides. Depending on the followers can call you that. Mustawa Dini with you. Ma asolan ke news you have to have ability. When you have ability to analyze, and you will find a lie, which is a truth. I need jamit. Lakin I teach but malanga under class 4 primary. The video lawyer, why you are going to lawyer whole south, going to lawyer whole north. Okay, income 100%. You don't have to count yourself. No matter what. And yet, one in the United Kingdom, look created, which is purpose there, and can tell you campaign. And a citizen for Britain. And I don't need permission. Permission is with the minister. Can let the president, but again, and okay. By your permitted and quite your pull my car, and go young. Okay, by your time from it was young. Lakin Acha was here getting out here. If I'm traveling to UK. My second home. For citizenship here, along over 30 years, I am citizen in Britain. Can you join that? Decided, I shall go back, Lapajan, be created in that way, I shall go back, Lapajan, Lerankin, but again, personal, but otherwise, Kilwell and Atayi Ben, UK, Pulan, Ben, my asylum and we did the John was in a Labrador, Kalaraki, the Alan asylum to Louis Fair. My Louis protected the one. My can go quite a kind of Kawaii. The lady no refugee, no, but you never left us feel them way, the yelling you want. When you are coming to apply for citizenship for refugee asylum, for asylum seeking, you have to stand the test of being cut from persecution that was administered by the government. Less than that, the economic migrant. Leo Ranchon, Magakan, were attested. So, can I look Jamiala, thank you, $2 million Kukala, to Simon Deal again. Simon Deal, I don't know him. Then the Irish family, the dog family, they're not checking it. Even where they reside, in the Wool West, where the Wool East, how do I bring somebody with a dom? I tag it. How? And I quite a wood out that day, I have a Louis face, and then the river to kill Newton Jim Show. Live where I am going to disgrace. I want to tell you, we are kind of disgrace. You are supposed to be proud of me. And then, among the ministers, government of South Sudan, I represent South Sudan to the point that you will be happy. Iran to come on. Naira to man can get up to do it. So, I can believe it. Land by your disgrace, and look at some of the information on the other hand, and the UK, when the Canadian later. Now, I kill a kitchen like a book, learn kill a choke, and I kill a choke. Natural bed. You know, so the reason do get in mountain way is that I'm not offended, I'm not feeling offended. Because Ran Kerlu design, a wee batting carbon so that it continue pressing on it. I shall go got the wall in other, the man who did it. I will not, and to go. Quite good system. Can the United Kingdom, quite a good system, can Western world. A citizen, that here citizenship. But there are procedures, and then we can law United Kingdom, which are while I'm still a minister. The embassy, the Republic of South Sudan, the media on their car. Can you be respect, Mr. Minister, can you sit here? When you tell me, tell them what? If you are beaten and look at it. We are the beaten and while the communication is taking place in the embassy. The embassy began 10 year one. chả lúc president vì immunity để nhảy cho cái nào là chả nó cái ok anh chỉ là hút bắp cái đó có là ai bỏ lôi ai chơi đẹp in qua đi chọc của nó chả phải chụp kia nonsense. By the way, propaganda yellow by the propaganda do meant for idiots. If you are not an idiot, go away from it. It is content actually practically possible. Anh chỉ là bữa lối, bây giờ minister về hai chủ, bây giờ đóng bây giờ rekin UK, bây giờ ban đóng trên bây giờ, ban. Within few days, I only spent 4 days in London. Only 4 days in Jagaloi. And Jalten, day 21, day 20 in Jalten, Ula Nairobi. Ula Ujal day 21 in the UK. Ujal UK day 26. Actually UK road in Germany. I stopped over Germany. Bala in 3 hours, 4 hours. Uba go, even 100 euro, then by then Santo San, then week, then Tito, but then I shall bring you now euro. For Europe, and it's a restriction. I can go to London, I can go to Berlin, I can go to Oslo, I can go to Copenhagen, I can go to, you name it. 27 countries plus United Kingdom akan captain di Arabia. Udun tayar. Now, the case can asylum. Sika. Any she can use the point of the my hidden time because the point and it's Simon Didon. Why? Why accepting idiot? Which idiot? Mugami. A propaganda made for idiot Mugami and Biakudu. Why do you buy it? Which idiot? And I think problem is I can even have problem great man I will for UK. Well I tell anyway. My problem I tell quite good come. Quite good come my problem here. Quite good come. I know that a champion in the double well in the kination, the key chapas, when we come, a little well in Bakam Bakani, the Inkapun, the Kenya Pulo. They are better than you, and you listen to them. You mean most of the time, the dinner get you. I often Bonamalana can copy. By a failure Bonamalana, what helped you? Massacre can wow, Baloo report in 1965. We know. Boy, I want to tell you, say it confidently and make sure you are with the law. You look at what you want to say about anyone. Law prescribe. Now the law will prescribe under the freedom of expression, lawyers, union lawyers. Is it a freedom of expression? Is it a freedom of expression? Liberally, surely, far. But in the donkey, is it a freedom of expression? Now, I shall propaganda was meant for idiot. Actually, I have 2 million, but Jaka tell it, 2 million. They lowered. Parakawaja, the Chadi, get $10,000 cash. The Kujin in London, cash is a move to Pankawai. Then he the day and come to Elabella sweets, and moving cash. And I move cards, a car, credit card, debit card, Akira Muka and the Yellow, and Kimu. They don't want $10,000, they declare Tayara no Kika. The being packet, can you know, plan, move $10,000. Each all being Yai. Bull can pay $100 into Benja. It must be $10,000 cut. $1 that is more than the lay with my Then I think bank account when I go in the lady will UK will do $20,000. We'll be import to $20,000. Kacham Kehele buy. Because the Kawila Bank, we look at $20,000, living you, customer service, we using phone, we call police with that economics. The police economics, when you $20,000, no. How did you accumulate? Because they actual money laundering. Money laundering is a crime in law. So, I think $20,000 level of Europe, leave millionaire. Now, when we do something, 2 million, they are not going to here, right book. We are doing 2 million. The language that they didn't wear white. And when they again, we are a lot of the IA. And we change about 2 million. Kana is a serious lie. With 2 million, the Iran care 2 million. That they were 2 million, this was a chal. Okay? Makan maluai. Then Loy is a full majam zone. Loy, because the child Louis Lonakuma, I can choose not to talk to certain people. But I'm not Lonakuma, the Quarana, 10 men, whether cake, what a bear, what a deed, what a weekend, what a weekend, and they jump in because I'm going to. Because I jump in go pay, and I long around will be a little bit of Muke, and move a low Lonakuma. Which man? Now, this chaos lawyer, I have a problem here. A problem quite like it, Muka hits with in chapter K. For booking, we will prove it with time. Time, I will solve the problem. Because I'm not heroes then. I got China machine can have baby, make good good, then do wrong or baby, which I have never done. I will sometimes a lot of problems because we react to emotions. Our reaction sometimes is a political emotion. We will be maintaining two at the same time. A peaceful community, a peace comes with understanding. Peace is a very understanding. The peaceful person, can we look at your day? I'm a fool of my day. Kutelu en Shabia Mading Te Yai, Tanya, Nakin Masulia and Masulia, you know, because these 2 days got workmen in Shabia. While in 2012, watching a mile 14 La Pancho, can you really 14 miles south of River Kir, Kagam Shumala Sudan? I was one of the people who took it also emotionally. And people were running behind me and like a tap, you know what, some of you are called 2012. Ketap, can I will lay when Parliament? Who are Chadok Masira 10? And one of quite at here, what happened that I want to move and to move. Nala Pachal from the University. Then we expect that I quite remember that you're dealing with Tongdi, a low PAD for conflict resolution. Ujala there can Massyria, engineer can main topic. Go deal with Topachilla, Kojigat, Nick again can expect. Go quite left, pull it away, a week book a new book in mile 14 book a level. Who can have when you got a story? Then what on Yaga into it did not. I think I'm that Punka. Kalau ni logik material, kalau ni keluar, kita kaya emosional. Kita harus baca bentuk logik. Dia nak tahu cara cara bekerja lah kayu. Lagi my first time, writing, ikai ke emotion, open knowledge. Wangi exactly, ini orang yang PhD fi majal kan. When you're in emotion, only thing level local, Mamma and Yai into. Now, history in Arab. If you don't know your history, you put it. That's when I talk and Yamagi history because I need it. English wa bien aban bi ke ka je kwai ya ke salatin of which ram cho nó có quote e wadi e ki e bai kali ba ko quote ba nyang ding le wel bok de wodem bu de wol bok nyang bu ba nyang ko la tan ba ko la tan bu ba nyang wa tan bu ga tan bu ba nyang ko la tan o wa kine soro bi ta betrayal aliu where will I get it? Arab ware le bidat kala ral watan la karatin ara watan ya rangi mo tu ara watan kila bende. That is why our watan ka awuli da kare awuli wara watan awul sao da awul sao wara watan awul no da awul no ka awul was da awul was ko bena wara watan awul was kila na awuli wara watan awuli ke ben ben na awul sao e ara awuli ko ya na cha jala sanin ba na tan kina diban da ga ara watan in that liberation struggle. First liberation struggle. Na bela ben aram tyo ka dut ka lui and chobloy 1991 because then you quite well kadang training kan difa shabi bani ani accountant kartu the coordination office dan tyo ki jalan cool coordination office kan bar bazan fe kartu and lui tino accountant nalan mele mosufin ayat ke training kan difa shabi buka kangan buka piar ko bay junu ko kwe umat ardia ke kan pitre yang tatin kartu more than that but I decided bakai way wala baloy ways kartu koi wai dong ka yam men ka ka watani koi wai dong bu mo tamar watani ke lawa to ka watani ka koi nationalism dia I will accept that for time being. Now, aku malata aku makirma ya dia aku moja. Wei ki moja ko itu wala aku mangi ma. Kecil lebih problem tadi. Kau ina buat kaitan majlis bani kirma ya dit. Ku ya leke kita ni orang ya jangan buka jam betray. Balawan buka jam betray wan pau. Dulu lah mungkin jalan wakola jinyawai di banner kena awal when minister and sitting minister until otherwise when nyangwai yang liu banner itu format ke lebih dia ya jalan luhun kenyang dah wei kedau irut dia kena awal wakol nyangwai shay mumanhaj is a systematic thing ke design agak apa related mu baca related. Mine was organized by people. The people are not going to go. Nakaila is not a problem if I was not there. Can you put a lawyer? I was thinking of fundraising while I'm green. You didn't think of the level. Now you want to do book and we'll get your pay to come in case. And go big video. And which is banner, you are a new banner, and which we stated you are, and you want to, and he, the Lord, in younger way. And when he stated the one. Because I do quite bad at that. And the political play. Aloy. I think. Who could pick a lawyer decided us? In a way, I tell you well, and young way if you banner. But you look at lawyer. Can Paul Calta. By the way, until I'll do you take city. And kill I'm not dating, just take city. There is a the history we heard about them when they meet. The reality of the situation that you're going to tell you make me think Then tell the only minister, Akuma Kana Budi on the 17th November 1958. The only minister could be Lukul. Then tell the only minister, Pemana go to get the intended right now. Can't be. Would you? Akala Bakanak? You need to go get that. I think you didn't tell you what in that. Go up in that another. I think I'll catch a young another you. Now let's go. Kapuma couldn't start the Galmat in 1986. Although you will be not prominent. Deputy Prime Minister. Coi áo là nóc đen, thì đam vô chi này kia đã kể cả cái. Coi áo là nóc đen, mà sao cả chỉ dulu là cái nóc mồi giặc, em chỉ cái đồ vô cái nóc phải. Mà nó coi áo là làm sao cũng mày là tay mình đang problem cái. Là cái này chăng ấy, nó lừa ra sao cũng mày. Aku mah dia mau jam tu, aku mah ci junub pun, ci nyai tu ke kalau dia mau jam jam kaya ke. Aku nak cakap orang yuk ke orang ci mau jam, aku mit tu ni kacau dia, ke jam mai ku cua ku dia ayo bài ci mau jam rai. Ini ben mau jam kan, ni dah kalau mau jam dah ci lui tak gitu, ke nak ini. Lui kita creative keliu. Kadang dia ngaku macam kau abis ni baik, dengan saja level kita, nak dam pun jadi, dengan tu Nga tamen kena kelu created di social media. Nagarang dia agora tam. He ko je kena wara na rasi babe, wara na rasi nga. Te kalau ya skip tapi wara na rasi babe metin. Ke kan do ma cha we. Dan niat ta kero ka lo ka ki di, chan cái thằng bi nhun ti nhai ba ka ba jot ba. Okay, na wara na rasi de ka ko go nhai bi ap ni. Wa ke gel ku ke mu security 13 years. Kadang dia agora nga ta ni. Sekarang dah boleh enggak? Acara nak ujian dia dom, kecil dom. Akhirnya dengan Cina nak dom ni. Bukan liu. Awi betul. Lakin dah advice, jangan lain dia kena nak sudah dua advice. Jangan bukan macam awak kena nyai kau ni betul. Jangan lewat bukan awak sao nak nyai. Kaya luat. Lalu ngan dia lewat bukan kaya rubbish, kaya lords. Tunggu. Kaya rubbish. Adut, a presidential envoy to the president. She's also an advisor. And Prime Minister of ICT, I'm an advisor and president on the ICT and digitalization. The level kuma blow like e-government. It is done under my ministry. So I am also advisor to the president. Who advisor? Actually, advisor, we both advise the president because I sit in the cabinet. And I can advise the cabinet on the basis of how the people can be connected digitally. Actually, here are those that Abu Yuk Yom and I am in a dude. I don't let you on good Kaliwin in a Yatin bus. A dude Kaliwin, Kajot and Kulega Dude Kiri in Louis. And when I had to take a game. Coi chia lên cái week of bà ra chia cái gì cái bà jam lên mà đi ngáo là tan mà đi ngáo là phải lúc đó là chứ because nó categories căng del del thì mana bun awul ka mana bun wara ka dali mana bun wara ki jal biya wazir le don yi ni le don yi na da kai na ye police boleh warap malim boleh nawul, kemudian warap kalai dol. Nah, minister warap kendali. Laki no wakin won, chin minister dalau kan. We are one of the very respected ministers in this government. We are very respected. So dah mungkin akan lihat no kategori dunia ni akan lihat yakin. Kategori dunia ni akan wih bakal kero. Aku orang dah tu, sebab tu mesti awak cakap dulu ibarat ni kaya ada. Đã chỉ coi nhé Facebook lối chỉ lối đồ với cả bây giờ cũng có ministers của ban của collective responsibility của lúc là không cái lên social media là nó ô gặp đấy chẳng có kết cấu bà có giả cam bà coi mà tiếng những ngày đi một phút của cái cam của cái coi mà tiếng nguy thế và cô lại cái này chắc muốn đi thành mà tiếng là cái nữa lagi là jalan ke awal sao thì chắc là chuyện quan túc bật đình nhé, quan có kể về mặt vậy. Long cứ đúng như thế là mọi bình là chứ bây giờ nó bị ti đen, là kể về nhiều cái nó trong cái dấu đấy. I will go to it. Not even now, even the little man thì là tiền nên nhảy, and one là win, đó là win biết là and là tin, we are willing, I will know, I will work strategize, làm. Và chúng ta một quay đó rồi, quay đó thì là quay thì có cái rủi ro governance có cái lừa các phải chụp bay, so pada warap tem a chobra ma ko yen chob yek ni kam karo bi ja u kamaran di da la tan web chop ko ma reng wa ja la tan ba ja ma dieng bữa bênที่ว้าวไปยังมันยาวมากว่าแต่ที่การที่นี่หัวมันอยู่ก็ก็มันไม่เงาแต่ใจเย็นพูดเองดาวว่าไปยี่ตัวเอาลิสก็เลยทำยังไงมายันมาจะมาก่อนเอาลิสน่ารักกูกายมาจะกายเป็นมาจะมาก่อนแต่ปานคนหาข้าจะก่อนเชียปานคนอาจจะเป็นได้akhirnya apa dia? So ulis adalah baca dia, kau je. Kalau itu kau dah ulis, kerja dia ulis, bukan dalam Kanada tu. Payung, kerja apa nyata? Akhirnya kau ini manual, apa nyaru? Ini mah di dalam tu yang tu. Oh ya leave, bukan dah legal, oh yang apa nyata? Dah ada. Kumandi, kalau penyaru. Penyaru lah leo, panen bapa nyata. Umadi, mana tanya yo, nyana baca, unane, anda ada tu unane. Kenapa orang tu boleh sedar, kilo biar, no kan, kamu perlu use, macam lah yang orang kau biar tu. Dalam kejiban ke nasional, ke papi ada yang nasional. Dalam kejiban ada state level, kalau ada state level. Cuma apa lah, kau jangan lah cila. Pancarang dengan agor biar ni, ada yang mama akan ini cila kan? Tanya ayam macam kan? Tanya ayam kan ini cila. Laki ni tanya ayam macam tu, kalau dia bila kau ke dengan agor itu project, pula ada kata yang ingin betrayal, dia ubiak ke. Roh awak bukan roh. Chop then unity which go require unity. Kalau ikut unity, beralalu judge based on the merit of each case. Kita macam contoh kau jawab kan? Kata baik, bukan roh wajib lu bukan. Kalau boleh cuma buat quite peaceful, buat baik at the same time. Wajib lu bukan lu ke unity awal kalau lu kan. Unity kalau destroy, kau. Tapi ayah rot, because ayah kan baru lu evaluated. Even media kan benda ayah lu screen, lu rot evaluated. Wallahi, ayah will bing ni. Dan lengan kan cakap benda kan celo ye. Macam kau jangan itu this way I would have resigned from the government. No, I'm very conscious. Lakin kita layuk tiada. By the way. Orang bang yang buat buat mana ya? Because kan kalau kau ikut dia kan area jadi kau kan. They should leave this. The earlier they leave it, the better. Orang kau ya ul ben. Ban mana dia le orang kau ya ul sao orang kau bawa buat kalian. Jangan lah boleh terus kan before I conclude. Kalau kita lu contribute. Okay, orang cakap orang buat kalian. Penjadi waktu kan. Kita buat. Kita perlu administer together. Upaner ini kita ni tu lalu awan cannya. Kita ulis, alu kita administer together. So kita ni dah ulis by extension. Go by extension. Nalan 1947 ben kalau lu swap. Akhir kau ya ulis awak terus jual kerja ke jokin lawan. Tapi penjen nak supaya jen ni cepat. Dia penjen tu kan itu tema mul. Naben lo kaben terwe. Now, kalau lo warot, baru cuak kau dia. Ilai kan lo ikan baki bagian, gua perlu terkiri orang awal. Kalau wancannya, ke ton awi jawian, laki tabel awal, gua tabel kau dia, kau pergi. Jangan terus jauh pergi dengan yang tu. We need to understand all this. Dah yang buku orang ni. Keluar kan? Aku ngejar luar naik ke pun kecil. Yang betul, kau ini boleh buat sebab. Where we baru support it, kin kelo kin kala gel, pada gel. Kalau we kau kian bagi bi, tapi kin galu. Kalau we kau kian bagi bagi bi, bila nak gambar bagi bi, bi. I don't want to commit a suicide. อาจารย์บ่าวใช่เร็วท่านอยู่แวกก็เลยกะเก็บไปเยอะเว้ยนั่นละก็เลยก็ไปเจอเนี่ยแล้วรู้เรื่องเกิดจากวุ้ลิสว่าจะรู้เรื่องเกิดจากวุ้นนอร์ว่าวุ้นเซนเตอร์ว่าวุ้นเวสต์ว่าจะยัดโกเรียลิสว่าโกเรียเวสต์ว่าจะยัดโจนนอร์โจนเซาท์ว่าจะยัดโจรีI am Minister of Information. Then I am committing a suicide. I am becoming a Minister of Awul for Awul South, which I cannot accept in my own lifetime. So we will be here. Come on, John, I'm going to catch him. Come on, you I will continue to support you. Looking where you can continue. Who can get in by your working where by your $3,000. Where can get in? Natural Queen Millennially. We'll go around that. They do a job of Korea. Kayo, okay, will let us get you will lament the Yabdi. Then the Louis Locuma will be. Why are you free? Kalau tu dulu yang ni, kau ini ya account duit, beri account duit. Bukan kena ya kena aku mah. Acara apa kena aku mah nyai, kan tak mahu lepas kan, acara apa dulu. Kau bicara fluctuate gue kau ya, ulu east, ulu west, ulu north, dia depending on my. Tapi tu vocation north, dia depending on contract yang dia jatuh tak. Acara bang nyai ke uniform, nak bangkai yuk next time, kalau kau pin less than 3,000. Kalau kau mulu tanya biji pun, kalau bang yuk dia biji pakai apa? Kau tahu ada 10,000 yuk kerja dah. Kena, kira abis kau belajar. Tapi dulu waktu masker dulu waktu, okay? Pulang ke Japan yuk, kalau mau tin je kayak yuk piu je no, itu enggak. Lali Euro kan, enko, lali Euro ni. Kira lu ke lal kawan. Một quỹ rụng về rồi cái game là as time goes cái mình có cái đi làm sao lần time dia ni bạn aku ni piu ini bạn aku ni soda cái nên problem là when you will cash in power okay bukan tu nyara dia tu kayak pound dia kau na lor bank le bank ni lah ke 500,000 ni lah bayar ini 2 weeks kia là những cái nào còn là cho anh chị em bên em luôn các bên em luôn và phía bên ngoài phía cái masker nó có quýt và vô bà đã quýt và cái người da cầm ăn cái masker cọc cả gì bên anh chàng bên cho anh yết phiếu cả yết phiếu cái quần là cho cầm xin credit card cả loại giá now Awul is detained because I 11 people. Now I buy that Awul is a bit in geographical. So now Awul is a buy. Kalau begitu wilayah kita counties Kokhat population dia. Lagi na Awul is strong in mana Amerika ko jalan Djibouti atau Medan itu kepura 11. Amerika 350 million inhabitant. Jalan Djibouti 350,000 inhabitant. Cái 1 million tu, bên yang 11 tu. So kena, kita pulang dulu as time goes. We are bagyal in peace. Utaw ko ni melanada. Kicang ka kaban we explain. Aja kita nguyan ni bakit ang dulu politicize. Era lang forum. Aja na lebe don Minister of Information tin forum. Daliran pa biya ko nyoy. Boleh mai executive director told you, let you journalists. The journalists you credit for university, they will come. That is my own forum. Come on, either on behalf of government or on behalf of what I want to tell them. So I did not come here to politicize. I came to give you explanation because Iran must be proud of Iran. Iman way nasa niaga ulak agon bay. Cho các lần chăn quỷ là cái trao về thì ngay supporting các cô lòng từ nước I will be feeling in a way you represented me nicely Okay? So, Rawa China Yola, Nana quite wanted Leuntian in Colorado and Gatti. And I just go paying Jan, I love the Eva. I think the finger to the Yoko left by the way. Now you're can work that for but not for the two. Will be back what, something what, Kevin, no one. But I would get up. Leo John left, ran to the Leun, no one, ran to the Chicopine, the idiot. Now we could talk, the idiot with a matter. Now, really, a chocolate, the idiot with a matter. Or the lady can wake. How will I did? Yalla will yell a paint of a copy, Yalla can never be, but will I yell a dupe? Now, Jalan. That is the wisdom can I need. Not going to tell a child away, not quite one bit to come. And then we are quite difficult. Then we are quite one to be don't. The point is, I'm not getting a but I'm very intelligent among you. We would copy. We are not around here. The idea of Yellow, the Colloquial Lodi, and catch you with me. Can it a very coin? We're going to organize. We have to lay a pay. We're quite young organization. Dr. Wood North, Wood Center, Wood South. We are very excellent. We are trying to build a wood, and then we are looking different than the way you look at see quite often. Because through sport, you will get people who love sport, can make more than call you hit politics. Politics is kind of a problem. I think that you give me in good politician, catch up a book. Because politics, you give me. One bit of I think that you begin the respect humanity is connected with the pocket. If the pocket is empty, you will just insult anyone to window. Alangan dunia representative tenin ke politician. Given that everybody actually value in capacity or situation. Kaya ko bohin na mani ko chi ko luang le we. We jaga lu el kecil ke dak ke. Then midawul aja keluar. Midawul aja keluar. Luar sini nak share kan luar before. Nobody has done it before. Hello balance. The China na will West Bank. And the next time when an opportunity you can be na will is. Na bana na will sector bana yo ka ban yatta. Aja kwen we na kwen ka we ka dom kana na yom le wa ka look target the ka tan bi ke para ya ben loy. Kalau kau ada mang you ten, mungkin ada yang perlu employ tomorrow or after tomorrow, but they should not do it ke mas na calo kalau kabia loy lagi. I have to do it on the merits of each case. But University Sudan must reflect in my ministry, University Sudan, because the calo baul, but better reflect in ministry di University Sudan. Ela biga la katka la awul ten. Even NCA kau awul kau kamera before dia kan minister. So I see before Jakarta County, National Communication Authority. Kau yang awal kerana before me, boleh aku ikut ni jadi dia kau jangan cuma kerana dia there. They are there now. Aku lagi position lu offer kan nyari. Kali berapa yang nyari je nanti mula yang nyari awal no. Yang dalam tu mula okay kerja dah. Jauh yang berbeza. Kau dah awal kerana ni. So I am doing what I am doing. Later on, I will judge based on what I have done to the national. Ministry dia dengan lu supervise, dia president lu supervise. Government cluster, macam mana yang dengki now, yang dengki mobil, mana? Mungkin jenuh